What a great tribute.
Great performance, and what a glorious position to be in. To know that impossible, a miracle to beat them.
Nolan still getting the taps towards Cable in the bottom of that pack. Tackled too high, Barry Cable, the only one going for the ball in the bottom of the pack, and he comes out with the free.
I think this will be the longest 11 minutes of their lives, just quietly. Barry Cable now holding the game up slightly, having a good look. He's having his 13th kick, and every one of them been effective. Ooh, played on to Kekovic.
Short to Barry Davis, and he holds up play. Kekovic streaming down, calling for the ball, but Davis slowing it down. Now Cable is a loose man again, and it's on. And North toying with the opposition. 21 minutes gone into the last term.
And their $1 million dream has become a reality.
And it's cost about that.
At least. Plus inflation. Cable's long kick. Up high was Bridus, waiting at the back. Wade missed it again. Bremner in, solid defence. Barry Davis still fighting on. Good mark, though, to Leon Rice, who came on as 20th man into the third term. Wants to go the handball, but now plays on, and most Hawthorn players doing it from memory. Croswell punches away to Cable again, who was crudely tackled without the ball, and he plays on. Now he must go back, according to umpire Kevin Smith, who I think Alan's done a pretty fair job of what's been an easy match to umpire.
Yes, there's been nothing terribly nasty about it. I think he's just overdone the whistle a little bit, and probably considers himself a little bit important on occasions.
Knights up high, here's a chance. Schimmelbusch, well tackled too. Still going for it. Knights, best Hawthorn player. Streams around from the member's back pocket. The ball drifting towards the boundary line, and Kelvin Matthews takes the mark. He's forced to stop onto the left boot. Up to the forward line, looking for Moncrief. Gumbledon got his fist to the ball, and again. He's calling for the mark, and it'll be played.
He's played it, and he's entitled to pay it.
And a penalty.
It's frustrating for those Hawthorn players that are not aware of it, because it did go up in the air quite a deal, and there's another penalty. But it's North's mark.
And North's game. As he comes down, there goes the handball to give Cowton a break into the play, across to the fleet-footed Malcolm Blight. Blight's long kick up towards Bridus again. Jones is with him, waiting for the crumbs. It's Burns. Burns gets the handball away to Bridus. He's about 40 metres out from goal. He's kicked 3 so far. It's an accurate-looking kick. Goal number 4 to Arnie Bridus.
Well, hasn't he had a day?
3
and
goals.
have a look at him.
They know.
3 in this last quarter, Alan, which is match-winning football, isn't it, when it's all said and done? And a tribute to a youngster of 20 years of age who's been beaten, lost his confidence, but fought back on to kick 3 great goals in the last quarter.
I think a lot of confidence showed in him by the people too. There'll be more than champagne drunk at North tonight, I can tell you. If their celebrations start from tonight, they might likely to go till Christmas.
Scoreboard in the grand final at the 22-minute mark. North 15-7, 97. Hawthorn 7-12, 54. That's a 43-point lead, and a free kick to North Melbourne to a player who's earned it.
22 and a half minutes played.
Carried them all year, and Lurch Goodingham, who was selected in the forward pocket, played as a reserve, not even needed. Burns. Schimmelbusch, another one. Oh, nothing will stop North now. That's Schimmelbusch's second goal, and Hawthorn have slowed to an absolute walk.
This sort of football you cannot beat. I feel sorry for Hawthorn in that there's no known way. Well, it's about time to really...
coming on to earn his
You wouldn't want to be more sure of a game than you are right now. I'd say that he'd be ultra cautious for us in holding Goodingham as long as he has. 7-12 to 16-7. And it looks like North's premiership.
An 8-goal lead. Their first premiership ever, Alan. Lee Matthews breaking away with it now. He's had quite a few kicks, and he's getting distance with this one. Up towards Moncrief at full forward. He juggled it but lost it. But there's North Melbourne players everywhere. They're like ants. They will not give up. What a great effort that they've put in for the whole of the season against adversities. And it's the great fellow, and listen to the applause for one of the greatest all-timers. It's Mick Nolan coming off the ground after a sensational game and a sensational year.
Great applause for the big fellow Mick Nolan. Got them into the grand final, did his part to help them win it.
And there's the kick, and North Melbourne go into attack again, up to Rice and Schimmelbusch. And it's Rice's fist that knocks it away. Clever Schimmelbusch gets up. He just kicked a wonderful goal a moment or two ago. He's very fresh at the moment. He puts it into 2 teammates, and it's Burns and Kekovic, and neither of them get it. They've played well. North Melbourne haven't given up. They haven't relaxed at all. Barry Davis chips that one across to Feltham. He's 30 yards out towards Cable now, and Cable pops that one onto his boot and drops it through for a score. But a 1 point only, and even the umpire's starting to act up a little bit now in suspense. And
yes, we're just getting into time on now, Jeff. It's a matter of 20 seconds away from the 25-minute mark, and ticking into time on, and this will be North's premiership.
North arrived as a football power. Many years in the wilderness. In the grand final last year, they learned a lot from their loss to Richmond, and this year they've done it easily. Chisnell back into Greg, who's on his own. Will fly for the mark, miss it, and play on, lines up for a goal. A left foot snap to Wade. The big fellow, oh, missed the mark. Free kick. Free kick to Doug Wade. Davis makes sure. But it's a free kick to Big Doug. Brought back into the side today after being taken off in the second semi-final. Kicked more goals than any other living footballer. And Ron Barassi has come down from his box to get to the players at the siren time.
Well, he's a marvel. I think they call him the magic man, Ron Barassi, for what he's done. There he is as he's sitting down, and with cameramen all around him, and admiring fans, particularly those people at North Melbourne who now realise what football, what the goodies of that football are all about. As Wade puts it on his boot, and he's driven it straight through. And good news for Doug Wade, because he's kicked his 4th goal in what could possibly be his last VFL game.
Well, there's very few grand finals that I've seen over the years, Jeff, when 10 minutes before the end or a quarter of an hour before the end, people started congratulating themselves. Certainly, they deserve the congratulations and everything else, but you know, there's really, you'll see a grand final won this easily and so comfortably. 110
to 55. North have doubled Hawthorn's score, who finished on top of the ladder after 22 home and away matches. Goodingham getting into the act to Barry Davis. Great captain's game. Up looking for Wade and Bridus again. Umpire Kevin Smith, no freeze. Feltham wants a goal, and he'll get it. There it is. Everyone is kicking goals at North Melbourne. Raining goals. Feltham, his first score for the match, a goal and a 61-point lead to North.
Well, who would ever have thought it, Alan, that it would finish up like this? They were the underdogs, but possibly the favourite of everyone, as we all know, and it's a pro-North Melbourne crowd, of course. It's a packed capacity crowd, but Hawthorn are just nonplussed at the moment. There's nowhere for them to go. What can they do?
Too, Jeff, whether the football public really appreciate the amount of tremendous effort that's gone in right down the line at North Melbourne. They've had a tremendous amount of people working for this and paying for it. Well, and they deserve a lot of credit.
Goodingham, a fresh man. It's tuck to get Hawthorn into attack up towards the half-forward line. North Melbourne players have grown an extra couple of feet, I think, and a kick out of the pack there by Calvin Matthews, and it's gone through. It has.
Anti-climax, that one, wasn't it?
Belated goal. It's his first goal for the match. And a lot of disillusioned Hawthorn supporters, and let's face it, they are a very good football team and a very top football club, but it's not their day today, and that's what it's all about, is just how you put it together on the grand final day. It's simple as that.
North have done it the hard way too, Jeff. They finished 3rd on the ladder, which is as good as 2nd, the way the 5 has been finalised, and they've had 4 games in 4 weeks, and they've won them all. Goodingham, the tap, taken by Lee Matthews from the centre. Hawthorn making a belated run at goal. Croswell, great mark to Brent Croswell. Best defender for North Melbourne. Mark number 9, and what a mature player he's developed under Barassi at North Melbourne, and he finds Davis, pinpoints him.
Never failed to find a man in good position with every kick that he's had.
Great captain's game from Barry Davis. Members wing. Short to Feltham. Oh, missed the mark. I think it will be paid, yes. 2nd or 3rd juggle at it. And North fiddling now. We've played 27.5 minutes into the grand final.
It's a team effort. It's everyone backing up on the North Melbourne side and seem to know what each other player is going to do. It's a wonderful team effort, a tribute to Barassi. And he's a great player, Peter Knights, who hasn't stopped trying. He's a great competitor, boots them into attack, and a fine mark to Henshaw. North can do no wrong. In fact, it's a very fine example of the skills of football this afternoon, of modern-day football, that is anyway, of marking, kicking, passing, the handball and team play. As Henshaw directs that one into the centre to Goodingham, who traditionally taps onto a rover. That was Desmar who got that kick in. Not much time left, about 2 minutes, I say. This is John Henry, who's been a disappointment, but he's had a lot of teammates too who've been in the same boat. Barry Rawlings now moving around the practice wicket area, but he's slowed up. He's lost his confidence, lost his gas and go, and it looks like it'll be a free kick.
Still tackling hard, North, even though they lead by 55 points.
Rass looking at the watch.
David Dents, the free kick. Goodingham from behind. Almost a mark to Martello, who's been disappointing. The handball on again to Keith Gregg. He'll go for a run and look good doing it. Through the centre.
We're just about on the siren.
Back to Burns, who's in trouble. Another hand pass on to Gregg. He'll get a left foot kick. Short one, a good pass too to Schimmelbusch. Felton's in short, calling for it. So is Kekovic. There it is. Big Sam. Oh, he missed the easy one. Play allowed to go on. And Don Scott bursting out from the back pocket, having a run. Schimmelbusch in hot pursuit. Scott still with the ball, forced into an error by Schimmelbusch, and he got the ball to Murphy. Back to Scott, too tired to accept it. Henshaw streams downfield. Up again towards Bridus. Good mark, an easy mark, and he should kick his 5th goal from there. It's his 4th mark. He's 45 metres out and almost directly in front.
30 minutes played in the 75 Grand Final.
And it's Bridus going back now. He's a straight kick. That's a good-looking kick for Arnold Bridus, and that's goal number 5. Great run up. North Melbourne reached the 19-goal mark at this stage. No doubt they'll try for the 20 if there's enough time. It's 19 goals 8, which was very accurate kicking to Hawthorn's lowly 8 goals 13, and the Hawks have kicked only 1 goal for the quarter. In fact, 3 goals since half-time.
North have kicked 7-2 this quarter, and Bridus has kicked 4 straight himself. Great last quarter from North.
7-2, it's a backbreaker.
That's right. In the last quarter of a grand final, and a lot of commentators said the older players would feel the pinch on a dry day. Players have personal pride, though, and North have shown it today. Cable out there with Welsh, who was reported in the 3rd term, along with Peter Chisnell. The ball out of bounds for a throw-in. On the outer side, the half-forward flank. More policemen than players on the arena at the moment.
Well, there might be.
And here's the throw-in. Goodingham, front position. Martello, the tap, back towards Kekovic. In was Ablett for the kick to half-forward. Missed by Marr. Coming away with it is John Hendry. Hand pass on to Stuart Trott. Hawthorn going forward again. A long kick from Trott towards Murphy. Oh, up high was Cowton to knock the ball away. Moncrief snapping at goal. That looks a good snap. We'll wait on it. It's a goal. A great snap at goal from Michael Moncrief, who's kicked his 2nd goal. Very belated one, and Hawthorn moved to 9-13. 67, trailing North Melbourne 19-8-122.
That siren doesn't go any tick. I'm a very bad judge. We're moving on to the 32nd minute, and this has been the longest delayed celebration I've ever seen. There's a ring of photographers around the North Melbourne bench. There you go. It's like the biggest huddle you've ever seen in your life. There's Laurie Dwyer on the left, runner for North.
Grinning like a cat coming out of the
everybody ready to lick the crease.
Up it goes, down it goes, and the 2 big men wrestle with each other, and it's Goodingham to get a free kick. And he's one of the old-timers at North Melbourne, also been there in the bad times as well as these, the good times. As he gets a long kick down to the half-forward line, North Melbourne seem to have twice as many men on the field as Hawthorn. Seem to be a lot fitter and running a lot faster and chasing a lot more as it comes back to Feltham. He can't take this one. Cowton gives a big wide circle, and that's it. It's a glory day for North Melbourne, their first premiership ever. Their final score 19 goals 8 against Hawthorn's 9 goals 13. And look at them run onto the ground, and no doubt Ron Barassi will be there. They'll lift him, they'll cheer him, they'll do anything to him. And he's proved it again, the mastermind behind North Melbourne's premiership.
So after winning just 2 games in their first 7 of the season, North Melbourne had won their first premiership in Ron Barassi's 3rd year as coach. The voice of Queensland football, Footscray's Gary Dempsey won the Brownlow medal in 1975, and the Hawks' Lee Matthews won the goal kicking with 68. We've passed the 9K mark in the marathon, so still 33 to go. You'd better take the opportunity to visit a drink station and maintain those body fluids, as we'll be back shortly with some Demons 64 glory. Thanks for joining us on the ABC's Footy Marathon as we run through the years.